Hello everyone, my name is Ayushi Sojitra and I am studying in English literature at Lokbharati University. So today I am going to talk about Renaissance and Elizabethan age. Imagine a time when England was changing rapidly. New ideas were spreading, literature was flourishing, theatre were theatre were becoming popular and people were beginning to look at the world in a new way. Uh, this was the Renaissance or the rebirth of learning and culture. One of its most brilliant phases in England was the Elizabethan age during the reign of Queen Elizabeth. It was the age that gave England some of its greatest writers, especially William Shakespeare. The English Renaissance developed mainly during the 16th and early 17th century. Queen Elizabeth became queen in 1558 and her reign continued until 1603. This period brought political stability, cultural growth, exploration, and increasing natural confidence. England also became more connected with other parts of the world through exploration and trade. The defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 became an important moment in English history and encouraged national pride. At the same time, education and the study of classical Greek and Roman literature became more important. The invention of the printing press also helped books and new ideas spread more widely. The Renaissance was strongly influenced by humanism. Humanists focused on human abilities, knowledge, education, individual experience. Some major characteristics of Renaissance and Elizabethan literature were: so first is humanism, greater interest in human life, emotions, intelligence, and individual freedom. Second is love of classical learning. Writers were inspired by Greek and Roman literature, mythology, and philosophy. Third is individualism. Literature often presented strong and complex individuals with personal ambition and conflicts. Fourth is exploration and curiosity. People become curious about science, geography, nature, and the wider world. Fifth is growth and drama. The theatre became one of the most popular forms of entertainment. Sixth is rich and creative language. Writers experimented with poetry, imagery, metaphors, and wordplay and new literary forms. The Elizabethan age produced many important writers. William Shakespeare is the most famous name of his period. He wrote tragedies such as Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, and King Lear. He also wrote comedies such as You Like It and Twelfth Night, along with many famous sonnets. Edmund Spenser was another important Renaissance poet. His famous work, The Fairy Queen, is an important example of Elizabethan poetry. He also wrote the sonnet collection Amoti. Christopher Marlowe was famous for his powerful dramatic style. His important works include Dr. Faustus, Tamburlaine, and Edmund II. Sir Philip Sidney was the major poet and prose writer. His important work include Astrophel and Stella and Defense of Poesy. Together, these writers helped make the Elizabethan period one of the greatest age in English literature. The central intellectual movement of the Renaissance was humanism. Humanism encouraged people to study human nature, classical literature, philosophy, and education. Literature became more interested in questions such as what does it mean to be human? What are ambition and power? What is love? What is the relationship between empires and reality? Can beings control their one destiny? Elizabethan writers combined these new ideas with creativity and imagination. The result was literature that explored both the inner world of human beings and the changing world around them. Here is an interesting fact. Elizabethan theatre was not only for wealthy people. People from different social backgrounds could attend performance. Theatres become lively centers of entertainment where audiences watched tragedies, comedies, and historical plays. The most famous theatre connected with Shakespeare is the Globe Theatre. Imagine sitting in a crowded theatre hundreds of years ago and watching Shakespeare's characters come alive on stage. The Renaissance and Elizabethan age changed English literature forever. It gave us unforgettable writers, powerful drama, beautiful poetry, and new way of thinking about human life. Its influence can still be seen in literature, theatre, films, and popular culture today. The Renaissance was a rebirth of ideas, and the Elizabethan age turned that rebirth into a golden age of English literature. Thank you.